What we're going to do is come back to the program file, and we're going to come down here to where we call the calculate method. What we want to do is surround all of this code in a try block. Now, if any code inside this try block causes an exception to be thrown, we can catch it in one or more catch blocks. So let's add a catch block here, and for the type of exception that we want to catch, we'll specify the base class exception, and we'll also capture this exception object instance in this variable EX. Now we can choose how to handle exceptions inside this catch block. All we're going to do in this example is to write a message out to the console window telling the user sorry something went wrong, and we're also going to output some exception details. Let's hit F5 to run this. And once again, we'll enter an unsupported operation and hit enter. Notice this time we get our message from the catch block, sorry something went wrong, and the exception details, such as our custom message here, the mathematical operator is not supported. So we got our catch block executing. This also means that because we handled the exception, if we were to run this at the command line, it would no longer crash to the operating system because the exception is not bubbling up and out of the program to Windows. This also means we won't get an error in the Windows event viewer. Let's just hit enter to return to Visual Studio. In this case, because we're dealing with user input, including the operation that the user enters, we should add some validation code to the main method to validate the input. Because we can say that invalid input is part of the normal program flow, we could also write logic to try and prevent the calculate method being called for invalid or unsupported input. We still could leave this exception throwing code here in case there was a bug in any validation code and the calculate method still got called with an unsupported operation. Before we wrap up this module, let's take a look at some exception handling good practices.